Before you pump another gallon into your car, you need to hear this. Because right now, millions of drivers are unknowingly filling their tanks with fuel so weak, so dirty, and so inconsistent that it's slowly destroying their engines from the inside out. And yes, even the big, familiar, trusted brands are on this list. But stick with me until the end, because I'm not just exposing the worst offenders. I'm giving you the 5 fuel brands proven to keep engines clean. The same type of fuel that helped one of my customers' trucks hit over 400,000 miles on its original engine. Let's get into it. Number 11, Safeway gas stations. If you've ever filled up and noticed your idle go shaky a day later, or your engine hesitating like it's suddenly aged 10 years overnight, congratulations, you've just met Safeway's detergent levels. They're so low that even automakers warn against using fuel like this. I've opened engines that lived on Safeway gas, sticky valve stems, soot-coated plugs, and sludge so thick it looked baked on. A lady brought in her Civic at 85,000 miles. Her intake valves were so caked with carbon, I had to literally carve them clean. She saved cents at the pump, then paid $2,000 in repairs. Cheap fuel always finds a way to collect its debt. Number 10, 7-Eleven. This one fools people because it's everywhere. Big brand, bright lights, but here's the trick. 7-Eleven doesn't refine anything. They buy whatever fuel is cheapest that week. One station might be okay, the next, a cocktail of stale gas, sediment, and who knows what. I tested a sample from a customer's Camry. He filled up and within minutes the engine misfired. The pump said 10% ethanol, the fuel had 18%. That kind of imbalance destroys injectors and fuel pumps. And it's not a one-time story. Multiple states have shut down pumps after finding water-contaminated fuel that was literally eating people's engines alive. Number 8, Sam's Club. Here's the thing about warehouse stations. They move volume, not quality. I've drained fuel from Sam's Club tanks that came out cloudy, stale, and full of microscopic grit. One customer's Explorer had only 42,000 miles, but ran like it had tripled that. The fuel filter came out black, totally packed with sediment. And surprise, surprise, Sam's Club isn't top-tier certified. That means they only hit the bare minimum, and your engine pays for the rest. Number 7, Circle K. You've seen that red sign in every corner of America, but behind it is some of the most inconsistent fuel I've ever tested. Water contamination, ethanol swings, dirty tanks, engines that get gummed up so slowly drivers think their cars are just getting old. I once scoped inside a Tahoe that ran Circle K fuel for months. The pistons looked like they'd been spray painted black. And the worst part? People only realize something's wrong after the car refuses to start the morning after a fill-up. Number 6, Murphy USA at Walmart. Convenient? Yes. Engine friendly? Absolutely not. Murphy's business model is simple, be the cheapest. And when the price drops, detergents drop with it. I serviced a Silverado with only 68,000 miles. It idled so rough it felt like it was chewing on rocks. Every spark plug fouled, injectors filthy, catalytic converter nearly clogged. Over $4,000 in repairs, all because the owner thought saving a few bucks per fill-up wouldn't matter. Number 5, Speedway. Speedway looks clean on the outside. Their fuel tanks, not so much. Water intrusion is the silent killer of engines, and Speedway has had multiple stations caught selling fuel with high water content. I drained 14 gallons of Speedway gas for a customer. It was nearly 40% water. That's not bad luck. That's poor storage maintenance. And like many on this list, Speedway is not top-tier certified. Translation, your engine gets the legal minimum and nothing more. Number 5, Love's Travel Stops. Truckers trust it, travelers rely on it, but behind the convenience is some of the riskiest fuel in America. High volume, inconsistent storage, contaminated tanks, especially in rural areas. I've seen microbial growth, yes, actual biological slime coming out of Love's fuel filters. One family filled up on vacation, drove 70 miles and broke down on the interstate. Fuel looked like murky pond water. Engines aren't designed to burn algae smoothies. Number 4, Amoco Regular. People see this brand and think old school quality, but today's Amoco Regular is basically BP's low-tier blend wearing a nostalgic costume. weak detergents, inconsistent quality, and plenty of complaints about carbon buildup in newer direct injection engines. I've seen Amoco-fueled engines at 60,000 miles look dirtier than engines with triple the mileage. Number 3. Pilot Flying J. The name that dominates the highways and has dominated headlines for scandals. After their massive rebate fraud case, you'd think they'd tighten up quality. Instead, drivers still complain about bad fuel, water intrusion, and inconsistent blends. I've rebuilt diesel injectors destroyed by Flying J fuel, repairs exceeding $8,000. Saving money at the pump is worthless when you're rebuilding half your engine. Number 2. Synokco regular grade. This one shocks people. The racing brand, the NASCAR brand, but the stuff in their pump for regular drivers, completely different formula. Their premium and race fuels are excellent. Their regular, one of the dirtiest I've seen in modern engines. Carbon buildup, knock issues, failed state inspections, even the EPA has fined them for off-spec fuels. I've seen BMWs and Audis lose injectors after long-term Synokco regular use. Performance sticker, non-performance gas. Number 1. The toxic waste fuel distributors. This is beyond bad gas. This is criminal. There are companies, real companies caught mixing hazardous waste with gasoline and selling it to unsuspecting stations. Used oil, solvents, chemical byproducts, literal garbage fuel. One family filled up with this stuff and didn't even make it 40 miles before the engine seized solid. The fuel dissolved the lubrication inside the engine. One tank, entire engine destroyed. This is the darkest corner of the fuel industry, and most drivers never know they were victims. But here's the part that matters most. Not all fuel brands are playing these games. Some actually protect your engine, and if you stick to these next 5, your engine will run cleaner, smoother, and longer than 90% of the cars on the road.